Alright, cunts. Boys season 4 is out, and we're gonna talk about it. Kimiko! This is gonna be a spoiler review, by the way, so if you haven't watched it, which I don't know what you're doing if you have not seen The Boys, I'm sorry. This video is just not gonna be for you. But let's get to the video, y'all. Boys, season 4. Hey guys, it's your guy in the chair here, and look, this is my review for The Boys Season 4, and it will be a spoiler-filled review, mainly from the last episode, but that's because, well, I'll talk about, various details between the season, but I mean, honestly, it's mainly going to be, a majority of spoilers are going to come from the last episode, because that's what there's the most chunk of to talk about, due to the fact that this season was a, yes folks, setup season. Due to the fact that the last season of The Boys will be season 5, season 4 just spent the time to really create a moment to take all of the characters we've come to know and love sporadically, whoever it is. I mean, there are some characters who are hated and loved by others. They're vice versa. Everybody loves most of these Boys characters. And they really took the time this season to draw out and give development as best as they could to all of these characters, just so that they can set up what is to come in the final season, because most of them will probably be dying and our hearts will be torn apart. Now, I'll say this before I get into everything I need to about this tremendous show. Regardless, it may or may not be a hot take, but this is the worst season of The Boys thus far. And that isn't to say that it's still not good. It's just not as entertaining and not as well put together story base as far as putting a beginning, middle, and end and leaving hints to whatever's to come next. As a season, it's not necessarily that, and it's very similar to a show we all know, love, and miss dearly. That was from my man, moment of silence for my man Franklin Saint. Not that he's dead, but he's just walking the streets as a bum now. Snowfall. It is the same as Snowfall season 5, which if you ask anybody what the worst season was, a majority of people will say season 5, because it did nothing but what The Boys did here, and that's completely set up for what's to come next in season 6. And I did say in my review of Snowfall season 5 that whatever happens in the final season, we will probably look back on that season differently, but it still is the worst one. And The Boys season 4 is much better than Snowfall season 5. I will say that. Snowfall season 5 is a very slow build to what is a spectacular ending, and The Boys season 5, with no doubt in my mind, will probably be the best season of The Boys, hands down, because what happened in that final episode truly has me completely shook and ready for whatever is to come next. I'm literally gripping the seat right now because it just gives me goosebumps all over. It gives me goosebumps all over thinking about what is to come next on this story, because Butcher has completely lost it. He's given full control to the parasite, and now he is going to be a hellhound on the loose. I love it. Karl Urban, I'll start with him. And honestly, I'm going to go through probably each character, or I don't even know. I'm just going to be going through the events of these characters and how we got to what we got to in this season. Just because, like I said, this season, and I'll get back to Karl Urban in a second. I know I'm going to be rambling, but The Boys Boys excitement just has me all over the place. But look, this season just really took time, like I said, to take all of these characters, and that's what makes it so very convoluted and feel so jumbled and feel like there was so much going on you don't know how to keep up. They just took time to make all of these characters' stories build up, and that's why this Boys season for me didn't hit as hard. But as far as Karl Urban goes, he was the best thing about this season. And that may be a hot take because, again, Anthony Starr is what his last name, Anthony Starr is what his last name describes, a star. As Homelander, he is nothing short of perfection. Chef kiss, all that. But Karl Urban's performance in this season should not go unpraised because him as Billy Butcher was completely torn apart from beginning to end, and now he's just completely given over to a side he's been trying to fight since the beginning. Well, for the most part, until when he met Huey, and then he's been trying to fight it ever since. Now he's completely just given over. And Karl Urban did an amazing job. They did the best development on Karl Urban, in my opinion. Anthony Starr, what can I say about that? That entire Willie the Whale sequence, him downstairs with the people who raised him, quote unquote, and did what they did to him. It was all amazing. It was tremendous. They had the best character development, of course. I'll say what Huey went through, Godspeed. Godspeed, Huey, because that's a lot to recover from. The stuff with your dad, you getting butt fucked by a weirdo and Ashley, by Tech Knight who likes to fuck hand dryers. He's all over the place. I'm sorry, Huey. I really am. That's rough. That's rough to come over. He went through a lot this season. But the stuff with his dad was awesome. The stuff with Huey's dad was really good. It's just the Tech Knight stuff was that was crazy. But the boys never ceases to have moments like that completely just say, what the fuck is this? What is going on? And that was a lot. But A-Train was another character who, in my opinion, had one of the best character development moments in the world. I mean, that entire sequence of him finally doing something that really made him feel like a hero. That kid's face said it all. The hope in that kid's face when he saved Mother's Milk, everything that ran through A-Train's mind, with that entire thing was beautiful. Jesse T. Usher gave one of the best performances in his career as A-Train in this season of The Boys. I truly have to tip my cap to him for that. He was absolutely amazing. Starlight. Anything having to do with Starlight this season sucked. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Anything having to do with Starlight was just not it. I could not care less about her and Firecracker's beef. I mean, truly, it's crazy because even beyond that, I don't know why, but for me, Huey and Annie just really are the most like forgettable couple on television right now. Like they truly are not cute enough or memorable enough for me to even be remotely interested in the fact that they are still a couple. It completely, I don't know why I thought they were broken up when the season started, but for some odd reason I was like, oh, they're still together? Okay, yeah, sure. I guess that makes sense. It's just not romantic whatsoever. And it's crazy because all that's ever on Huey's mind, he literally had to forgive A-Train this season for killing his girlfriend. That's all, and he fell in love with Starlight like 6 days or like a few days later afterwards, but it was just, he still holds it against A-Train, and that's why I think Huey's just not, I mean, he's interested in Starlight, but he's never forgotten that until this season, and I guess that's why they're not the most memorable couple, but it's just, I don't know. Anything having to do with Starlight this season, I was just not interested in. The best thing that had to deal with Starlight was at the very end with the Shapeshifter and her performance. Erin Moriarty's performance as the Shapeshifter Starlight was awesome. She did a very good job as that. But other than that, Starlight could not care less. As far as the new characters go, the boys have a way of introducing some damn good new characters, and Sister Sage was one of the best of them. Sister Sage was a great character. I absolutely loved her entire performance. Don't know the actor's name, please forgive me, but Sister Sage was a great addition. Firecracker was okay. Not one of my favorites, but I mean, she was interesting enough. I honestly have a very strong dislike for Firecracker, and that's due to the actor's performance. Because she's doing a very good job in making me hate her. So honestly, I know she's supposed to be that way, but Firecracker really pisses me off. So I have to tip my cap to the actress. Forgive me for not knowing your name, but the girl who plays Firecracker, you're doing a damn good job because I do not like your character whatsoever. Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Supernatural is taking over The Boys, folks. Supernatural is truly taking over because you have Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy. They're already talking about getting Jared Padalecki on this show as well, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. And you have Bobby, the actor that plays Bobby in Supernatural as well. And this show is the president candidate runner. But Jeffrey Dean Morgan as the Parasite. The perfect mirror to Billy Butcher's madness and everything that Billy wants to do to these soups and everything that basically turning his humanity off. And as a Vampire Diary reference, turning his humanity off. Jeffrey Dean Morgan played the perfect Billy Butcher Parasite. I mean, I was absolutely in love with what Jeffrey Dean Morgan did with that performance. I don't care. It was an amazing performance. The performances in this season were tremendous. They were really good. Down to it's not Chad Michael Murray. I don't know why I can't think of Deep's actor name. It is Chase Crawford. I always think Chase Crawford. I always think of Chad Michael Murray. I always get him and Chad Michael Murray mixed up. But, well, not mixed up. Their names. I remember Chad Michael Murray more than I do Chance Crawford. But Chance Crawford as the Deep. As fucked up and silly as that character is, he is always hysterical and he does a good job. But the performances are amazing. Even Laz Alonso as Mother's Milk. Laz Alonso as Mother's Milk had very good development as well in this season. Like I said, his goodbye to his family, that made me realize, yeah, they're just building up everything. They're giving these characters a chance to get the things in their personal lives together because it's all gone to shit. Everything has gone to complete shit. Homelander's in complete control now. It's really over. This thing has gotten out of control, and it's brilliant writing. Just like Snowfall season 5, we had to really feel the tension of what is coming, the rivalry between Louis and Franklin. We really had to build towards what is to come next. Even now, the reason Billy turned is because Ryan gave over to that side that Billy kept telling himself over and over and over, this kid here would never do. Now that Ryan has turned, it's up. That's why Billy's just completely pissed off. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan did an amazing job at sitting there and just waiting for Billy to see, this kid is exactly what you think he is. Deep down inside, this kid is the killer that you think he is. And seeing Ryan, don't know the actor's name, but the kid who plays Ryan, great job. Because you were annoying as fuck up until a certain point, and now that entire series of events had me thinking, yeah, the kid who played Ryan did a very good job. I have to also give a personal shout out to the actress who plays Ashley. Let me see if I can find Colby Minfie. You deserve recognition. I could not do this review without pointing that out. The woman who plays Ashley is amazing because her character will do nothing. She will stop at nothing to survive. And her taking Gen V, I am very curious to see where that goes. There are just so many storylines that honestly they went with in this season here, and now we're really building to something great. I mean, even Soulja Boy's back. I mean, this is really going to get fun, guys. This is going to get crazy. But then complete shout out to the whole ending of Victoria Newman. Y'all thought I wasn't going to talk about that. That was just wow. But seeing all that, seeing Billy rip Victoria Newman in half shows that this next season holds no bounds. All bets are off. It's going to be a cage match to the death. And this is truly going to be the Homelander versus Billy Butcher square off that we have been waiting to see since the beginning of the season. People have just been waiting over and over, talking about waiting for Billy to kill Homelander. Great rivalries take time. Billy Butcher versus Homelander has taken time to build, and now we are here to the point where season 5 truly has to deliver one of the greatest endings of all time, because The Boys has been building to it. Season 4 took the time to deliver a build up to it, and now season 5 just has to deliver. Season 5 has one job and one job only, and that's to deliver one of the greatest rivalries we've ever seen come to an end. It's no better than that. And honestly, the more I'm talking about it, the more I do think we will appreciate The Boys season 4 a lot more. after we see what's to come in season 5. But for me personally, just as far as a beginning, middle, and end, and having a cohesive story to actually care about, this story's not done. This story was complete setup. This story is going to be done after what we see next. So I can only judge it off of what I've seen. I don't know how it's going to end. So I can only judge off what's to come. But normally the setup seasons, well, that's what I said about Snowfall season 5. I thought Snowfall season 6 would make us appreciate season 5 a little bit more, which it's still, at the end of the day, the worst season. But I mean, season 6 was so damn good. I do appreciate season 5 for just being what it was, just setting up to what we saw at the end. But The Boys season 4, like I said, was a lot better. And like I said, as far as the setup season goes, it was phenomenal. Shout out to Black Noir as well. Noir was hilarious. Like I said, The Boys never fails to deliver absolute hysterical characters, and it was a lot of fun. It was just, as far as the story went, it was just completely all over the place. And some storylines I just truly could not bring myself to actually care about, as far as Firecracker, Starlight. Starlight. There's some character I am missing for some odd reason. Oh, Frenchie and Kimiko. Frenchie, in the beginning, with the whole liking the guy who was a part of Starlight's group or whatever, that was going. I was thinking that's what his storyline was going to be, but then, because for some reason he didn't choose Kimiko, but then they put him and Kimiko together at the end, and I'm like, so was everything all really needed? I felt like they kind of threw Frenchie's storyline kind of like out of the window. Like they needed something to just fill the run time, and they kind of just did something for Frenchie, then gave us what we really wanted all along, him and Kimiko to be together. But okay, that's cool. But then again, like I said, Kimiko, who had tremendous character development as well, but Kimiko, for her first words to be no, that we can actually hear, for her first words to be that in the most tragic situation possible. Oh my God. And shout out to the girl from Gen V, because she is another girl, and I don't know the actress's name, forgive me, but we all know who I'm talking about. Shout out to that girl, because she makes me hate her character so much as well. They just have a lot of good, hateful characters in here. Everybody does their job so well. The performances are top notch, as always. But look, as far as I'm concerned, guys, The Boys season 4 was straight setup, and it's definitely going to pay off. But this, for me personally, is, like I said, yes, the worst season of The Boys thus far. But it does not mean it's still not good television. It's great television. It's just the other 3 seasons that came before it were much better in my opinion. But look, we are going to get an end to this phenomenal story, and we'll probably come back and say that season 4 was one of the most underrated seasons of television history. Who knows? But as of now, it's the worst one for me. But look, The Boys season 4, have you guys seen it? What did you guys think about it? Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Look, let's get in the comments, man. Let's talk about what our theories are for season 5. Let's get a conversation going. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and so much more. Look, this is your guy in the chair. More content coming to you soon.